We've been talking about depression, and now we want to continue that discussion. First, let me mention some signs of depression. You might think, well, that's easy to see. Not always. Interestingly, men don't always feel or show sadness. They might not actually feel sad. There are other things. Women are more likely to feel sad when they're depressed. Men might not. But these are the feelings that are typical. Sadness, of course, is one. Low self-esteem. You might hear a man just putting himself down. He's worth nothing. I lost my job. I'm worthless. I'm nothing to my family. I might as well be gone. Self-criticism goes along with that. Guilt. When you start hearing a greater sense of guilt than is warranted by anybody's sins, that's perhaps a sign of depression. I'm just such a failure before God. With that often is shame, helplessness. I can't do anything. I just can't get going. I can't get motivated. That's a very common thing. Almost anyone depressed feels that helplessness, that passiveness. But men particularly, that's what you might see when they're not talking about feeling sad. And one more feeling is irritability. They're just snapping. They're grouchy. They're in a way that they've not typically been. Along with your feelings are the way you think. Depression causes negative thoughts. Everything looks bad. Nothing ever looks good. There's also a difficulty concentrating or a difficulty remembering. When depression is high, people can't pull back things that they usually can remember. They can't put their thoughts together well. They feel kind of bewildered. Behavior changes in serious depression. There is, as I've mentioned, a kind of apathy. I don't care. It doesn't matter to me. Whatever you want to do. I'm just not interested. There is with that a sense of inertia. I can't go. I just can't get going. I don't want to get up in the morning. Commonly in depression, if it's serious, people don't get out of bed. They just want to stay in bed. They don't want to think about anything. There's a lack of motivation, there's a withdrawal, and there's complaining. Complaining about other people. Nothing is right. Nothing is right. And physical health, as I mentioned, first of all, there is a general fatigue. Their bodies just feel tired, very achy, tired. And there may be, quite often, just, I want to sleep all day. People can sleep 18 hours a day because their bodies are just sort of shutting down and they want to sleep. So if you start seeing these things, you can say to somebody, you're clearly depressed. Here's the evidence. I can tell you what the evidence is. There are different causes of depression. We've talked about some already. Dr. Gary Collins in his book identifies these. He says there's a biological cause, a genetic. That's when it's mental illness. It can be chemical imbalances in the brain. That's a hard one to treat. Lack of sleep causes depression. I struggle with insomnia, and if it gets bad for several days, I always feel depressed. Just, I don't want to do this anymore. I don't have the energy. Everything looks bad. I feel grouchy. Sometimes the side effect of other drugs, medication, is depression. And it's just part of the side effects. And when you're done with the medicine, the depression will go away. If that is an ongoing thing, it's a matter to talk to your doctor about. Improper diet can cause depression. Too much sugar, for example, can have a depressing effect, especially in some people. Physical illness. We all know that. If you've been sick for several days, you tend to feel depressed. Well, imagine your illness goes for a long time. It depresses you. I think one reason, perhaps, the Bible in the book of James says if you're ill to call the elders, is there's a point in illness where you don't feel the capacity to pray or trust God much anymore. And you need others to kind of lift you up because you kind of lost a sense of your spiritual strength. Not sure if that's what he had in mind, but it seems like it to me. And then there's depression that comes from the weather. Seasonal affective disorder. The winter, the darkness affects some people profoundly, and they go into a deep depression. And then when spring comes and there's more light, they feel better. Why, here we are in Cyprus, in Pasuri, we feel great because the sun is shining today. It's November, and it's maybe very cold where you are, but it's great here. Then there's another cause is psychological or cognitive, the way you think. Collins says that up to 10% of the American population is depressed at any given time, and the figure is much higher for young people. As many as 25% of young people, high school, college-age kids, can be depressed at any one time. So it's not an uncommon thing. It isn't always terrible depression, can't get out of bed, but it is serious. Depression is common after a life-threatening illness or surgery. I've noticed that someone who has heart surgery, say a man in his 50s or 60s, has heart surgery, and afterwards they just feel depressed. I'm not sure if that's because of the physical or it's just the reality that life is short or what, but that's a common thing. Illness can provoke a kind of depression. It goes away, but it's very real. Depression can come from your background, your family. Some families have such unhealthy patterns. Depression was part of the family. Now that can mean it's genetic, but it also can just mean this family didn't function right, and now when I leave this family, I'm still not functioning right. And there's a kind of a pattern that weighs a person down by the way they think about life. Stress can depress. Even what seems like good stress, new job and a new baby and all this kind of thing, but it can eventually really bring stress, as can significant loss, as I mentioned earlier. And then finally, Collins says, there are some people who just have a learned helplessness. They've just learned to be helpless. And they always feel kind of depressed. They get attention for it. And it just is an easy place to fall into. It's sort of their default position. And this is the kind of case where Jesus said to the man by the pool, do you want to get well? I'm not sure that everybody wants to. There's a certain kind of attention that you get in some cases. I don't think that's usual. I think most people would really love to feel healthy. He said at another level, there is another kind, set of causes. He calls it a pessimistic mindset. When the world is bad, just the world around you. I remember when 9/11 happened, and I just felt a terrible depression for about 2 months. I'm sure I was not alone. I'm sure that's true. Wherever you are, whatever you've lived through, I know that there are times when the world around you just weighs you down and it becomes depressing. It can be your own self, that you are disappointed in yourself, that you didn't achieve something, you didn't accomplish what you thought you would. Sometimes it's just looking at the future. I don't have a future. What's going to happen to me? I didn't get the job. I didn't get into school. We didn't have a child. And there's just this sense of, there's no future for me. Sin and guilt cause depression. Shame causes depression. And as I've said, so does Dr. Collins, anger withheld, held off or turned inside, cause depression. And then one other level is the society or the environment we live in. A repressive culture, that could be your family, it could be your government, it could be your church, but a repressive culture tends to depress because you can't express your feelings. You can't process the things you go through safely. As I mentioned, a national tragedy or a season of uncertainty can depress people. An environment of hopelessness. Some people work in a place where their whole environment is just hopeless. It's just an awful place to be. And that just feeds depression.
While we continue being a benevolent project, your kind donations will continue to be vital in fulfilling the calling of TVS Ministry. We do count on your gracious support and cooperation. For detailed information, please visit tvsseminary.com.